guards know when screens are coming or if you're going to switch.
Interesting thing too, there's no real way for them to prepare for this. They've never done something like this.
Another year, but Caitlin Clark, it's just effortless for her. Just smooches it off the window.
Dave McErlane and Caitlin Clark pushing it up.
And Clark played underneath that screen.
And Clark's feed to O'Grady is beautiful. She spent years making that feed to Sinano. She's got new partners to feed it to this year.
Hey, the law firm is alive and well, and it's going to be a group.
It's going to be a little harder to catch the ball because your hands are cold, but players are adapting. The benches are actually heated as you see Clark get the layup to go.
It's freezing there. I remember having to clap my hands together on the catch. You can't really get a good grip on the basketball, and that's what you want as a shooter.
Again, Caitlin Clark, a marvelous passer, finding Sharon Goodman for two. Her favorite sport is swimming. She's on the swim team. She's so excited to be here, and she's most excited that she gets to wave from down here up towards the kids, and you will see that in free. The same from last year. There really wasn't much room for newcomers, be it transfers or freshmen. We mentioned the two very important players, starters in Warnock and Sinano, that are gone, but the core of this team is back, headlined by Clark, who gets two more.
Yeah, and the Big Ten Network followed Iowa. We're going to air that on Monday at 7. The Big Trip is what it's called. And
all over the place.
See the board work.
That's Stelke running the floor.
Stelke trying to wait and get an eye from Clark to see when to set it.
Clark on the drive.
To say the least.
There is an emphasis to get O'Grady the ball, and it works. Great feed from Clark.
Great passing angles and calling for that lob, holding the defense up on the high side, clearing the way for an easy bucket underneath.
They've done a great job getting inside. Clark using O'Grady to drive. She's got 13.
I mean, she just attacks the seams and the second and third levels of defense.
She's a Hall of Famer for a reason, Megan. Caitlin Clark unloads from the end zone.
Well, Caitlin Clark has put on her cape here in Iowa City, knocking down her patented pull-up triple in transition. At least 3 feet behind the line, no problem. And then a little shrug afterwards for emphasis to let you know, I do this often. And it's not just how many points does Caitlin Clark has, how many has she produced for the team? And I think those numbers are so incredible as well. Just been so wonderful to see things come to fruition.
Clark with the steal. Iowa trying to push. Up by 10. Clark with a difficult layup and one.
There she goes again. Caitlin Clark getting downhill in transition, connected with the body, and getting the bucket to go. Just a phenomenal finish. And usually from DePaul, you see a lot of pressing. Haven't really seen a lot of that today, but I think because of all the new players, you want to get acclimated with how you shift and move.
Caitlin Clark, knock it off.
I thought I'd seen it all from Caitlin Clark, but I'm wrong. Look at this one. I think they're going to count that. We'll see Caitlin Clark right here on the previous drive. Just a whirling dervish to the rim and got hit. You hear that whistle, you throw the ball to the basket.
We approach 80 seconds left in the first half. The crossover at Kinnick. Clark sitting on 22 points. Molly Davis. What a stutter, stop, and finish.
Sometimes they run a ball screen to Caitlin Clark, and sometimes she just doesn't need that, Mike.
Here's Clark trying to create. 3 seconds left. The drive over at Kinnick.
Well, it's a magical moment this afternoon in Iowa City, and this crossover, oh, she's not over there, she's over here. Caitlin Clark, 24 points, 7 assists and 5 boards. Watch this little shift. Ooh, shift and move, freeze them, stepping through. She had the Euro on the backside of that and almost got the and one. You can tell that's what she was saying to her teammates there. Almost got them. Boy, she is so shifty with the basketball. So another part of the elements that you have to contend with.
Caitlin Clark, the three ball. The unicorn strikes again.
Well, listen, the sun came out and I said, hey, you know, the sun's out, it might get in the way. It's pretty excellent by Caitlin Clark, the senior.
Clark curling around the lane and rocking it in, going to the line.
Her balance and ability to score on all three levels is just different. She's just cold-blooded, and
look at her face.
Look
at her face. That was wonderful.
Well,
she's like, what am I supposed to do?
Oh, just phenomenal. Megan Gustafson, obviously Player of the Year. She was the Honda Player of the Year as well.
Clark with another three. Her third of the day.
Caitlin Clark, she nails her third triple of the afternoon. Get off the court because you won't get back on. You got to stay on the court and play.
Back-to-back layups missed for Clark. There's a steal for Iowa. Sydney Afalter right there and feeds 22.
Well, the easiest bucket Caitlin Clark will have this season. Blueprint.
Gabby Marshall with a shot. Clark with the ball.
Phenomenal read defensively, staying loose on the post and jumping around in the passing lane.
Crisp passing from the Hawkeyes.
Well, it's just beautiful basketball, starting with the defense, staying nice and loose, getting into the passing lane for the steal was Caitlin Clark. And then the behind-the-back pass right there by Kate Martin, and then the dime down to Hannah Stolke, the sophomore. But look, she's going to draw two defenders. Draw that the game has gone global that way, and a lot of WNBA players play overseas. And
there it is, an assist for Clark and a triple-double outside.
Well, Hawkeye fans, we have officially done it. A women's basketball attendance record. 55,646 fans here today. Well done. Absolutely incredible. Thank you guys so much for being here, for your support of Iowa women's athletics, and for your support of Iowa women's basketball all season long. And right now, this is a big reason to smile. It's time for the Delta Dental Smile Cam. Let's see you guys out there with your biggest grins.
The way!
From my distance, all these mountains are just so tiny. While you're around, we keep
We have now seen one Iowa women's basketball game here.
simply spectacular.
55,646 Iowa Hawkeye fans in attendance as they shatter the all-time record for attendance for a college women's basketball game.